This is not just another episode. This is the moment where everything begins to fall apart. After the explosive tension-filled ending of episode 48, Doomu Baay is now entering its more dangerous phase yet. Secrets are no longer hidden, relationships are no longer stable, and the truth is no longer safe. Hello viewers, welcome to episode Valley. Episode 49 is not about what happened. It's about the price everyone will pay for it. So, today we are going deep, not just a simple preview, but complete breakdown, powerful theories, and hidden meanings behind the episode 49 trailer. So you can fully understand what's coming next. Let's begin. The episode 49 trailer may be short, but it speaks volumes. Right from the opening scene, we hear a reminder of promise, a vow to stay together through good and bad moments. But this is not a romantic reminder, this is a warning, because in Doomu Baay promises are made to be broken. This immediately introduced the central theme of episode 49, betrayal, broken trust, and emotional collapse. What makes this trailer even more powerful is its focus. Instead of showing hospital chaos or police action, it shifts towards something much deeper. The emotional consequences we see silence, distance, guilt on faces. Characters lost in thought rather than action. This tells us something very important. Episode 49 will not just move story forward, it will break the characters from within. Now let's talk about the biggest danger looming over the story, Suleiman. Episode 49 made one thing very clear. The investigation is no longer a threat, it is reality. The mention of poisoning under medical supervision changed everything. This is no longer an accident. This is a crime. So what happened next? In episode 49, expect escalation, police confrontation, forensic evidence, and possibly an arrest. But here is where things get interesting. What if Suleiman is not the mastermind, but just a man caught in a system of corruption? This opens two powerful possibilities. Either Suleiman tries to defend himself and prove his innocence, or he shifts the blame, exposing something much bigger inside the hospital. And remember the phrase from earlier, the beast in a white coat. That line was not a random, it was a clue. Because if Suleiman is not the villain, then someone else is hiding behind the scenes. Is Suleiman truly guilty or just a scapegoat in a larger conspiracy? Now let's move to one of the most emotional storylines, Alpha. Episode 48 completely shattered his image. His absence, his silence was described as an ignominy. In simple terms, he failed when he was needed the most. And now episode 49 will force him to force the consequences. One of the most powerful lines introduced the idea of choosing comfort over lover. This is not just dialogue, this is emotional core of the story. Here is what we can expect. Alpha may try to return, try to fix things, and try to reclaim his place. But the problem is, the storm he walked away from has now become a disaster. And sometimes coming back is harder than living. There is also a strong possibility of a confrontation, a moment where emotions explode, truths are spoken, and decisions are made. And this could lead to something even more dramatic. A new romantic triangle, a shift in loyalty, and a deeper emotional conflict that affects every character. Can love survive after betrayal, or does comfort always win? Now we come to one of the most mysterious and dangerous elements of the story, the doctor. The so-called beast in a white coat. Episode 48's dialogue was aggressive, emotional, and very specific. This is not just a random insult. This is setup, which means one thing. This character is important, this character is dangerous, and this character is hiding something big. In episode 49, we might finally get an answer. Expect a secret conversation, a hidden motive revealed, or even a full villain monologue. But the biggest question is why? Why would a doctor risk everything? Two strong theories emerge: greed, power, financial gain, revenge. A personal grudge against Suleiman's family. And if it is revenge, then the story is much deeper than we thought. Now let's step back and look at the bigger picture. One of the most powerful themes in Doomu Baay is the idea of the prison of gold. It sounds beautiful, but it is actually terrifying because it means wealth can trap you, status can destroy you, and comfort can become your cage. Every character is living inside this position. Suleiman is trapped by his reputation, Alpha is trapped by his responsibilities, others are trapped by their choices, and episode 49 will begin to break these cages. But freedom will not come easily. Because when the gold loses its power, the reality of the prison becomes unavoidable. Legal consequences, emotional collapse, social downfall, everything is coming together. Episode 49 is not just another chapter, it's the beginning of consequences. Every lie will be tested, every relationship will be challenged, and every character will be forced to choose truth or comfort, love or survival, freedom or destruction. And the biggest question remains, who will survive the truth? Suleiman is no longer just a character, he is now the center of the storm. Episode 48 positioned him at the edge of destruction, but episode 49 may push him over. Let's break it down. There is something very important that many viewers might have missed. Suleiman's reaction in episode 48 was not defensive, it was shocked. That is a huge difference. A guilty person prepares excuses, but a tried person looks confused. This opens a powerful theory. What if Suleiman is being framed? What if so called poisoning was not a mistake, but a carefully planned act by someone inside the hospital? Someone with power, someone with access, and someone with a motive. And if this is true, then episode 49 could begin exposing a hidden war within the hospital system. The trailer hinted at a bad moments, but those moments may not just be emotional, they could be legal. Expect scenes like Suleiman being forced to step down, his financial accounts being frozen, his authority being publicly challenged, and here is where the real drama begins. For a man like Suleiman, losing money is not the worst thing. Losing respect is, because his identity is built on power. And when that power disappears, so does everything else. Is Suleiman truly guilty, or is he the biggest victim of the conspiracy we don't yet understand? Because the answer to this question changes the entire story. Now let's talk about the emotional heart of the story, Mariam. If Suleiman represents power, Mariam represents truth, and episode 49 will test her like never before. Alpha talked about a second chance, about changing on all levels, but here is the reality. Words are easy, change is not. Prediction: Mariam will not accept Alpha's return easily. In fact, episode 49 may give us one of the most emotional scenes in the series. A confrontation where Mariam reminds Alpha of every moment he failed her, every silence, every absence, every time he chose comfort over love. But here is where it gets even deeper. This is not just about two people, this is about culture. In many families, especially in traditional settings, women are often pressured to forgive, to maintain the image of perfect family. Expect a scene where a family elder steps in. Mariam is told to be patient. She is reminded of family honor and communication. But the question is, at what cost? The prison of gold and action. Mariam's situation perfectly reflects this theme. Is she staying because she loves Alpha, or because she is trapped by the lifestyle he provides? Because sometimes comfort can feel like love, but it can also be a cage. If you were Mariam, would you forgive, or would you finally walk away? Now we enter the most dangerous territory, the hidden villain, the beast in a white coat. This is not just a random character, this is someone important. Here is the twist. What if this doctor is not new? What if we have already seen them before in a different role, in a different context? This could be someone with a past connection to Suleiman's family. Maybe an old rival, maybe someone who was wronged, maybe someone waiting for revenge. Expect tensions and possibility. A scene where evidence disappears, a lab report goes missing, or someone tries to cover their tracks before the truth is revealed. This could be the turning point of entire storyline. Now, let's connect everything to one powerful idea: comfort. This word has been repeated again and again, and it is not random. What if episode 49 begins the destruction of everything these characters rely on? If the hospital shuts down, if Suleiman is arrested, if income stops, then everything changes. Look closely for subtle but powerful scenes like a luxury car being taken away, household staff being dismissed, financial stress entering conversation because when money disappears, true relationships are revealed. When the gold is gone, who will stay and who will leave? Now let's visualize this episode might unfold. A dark room, silence, Mariam and Alpha facing each other, and that powerful lines return. We promise to stay together in good and bad moments, but this time it feels like an accusations. The tension explodes. Police arrives at a hospital. Suleiman tries to remain calm, but situation slips out of control. Then comes the shock. A witness steps forward, maybe a staff member, maybe someone from inside the house, someone who knows the truth. This is where emotions speak, a direct clash between the accused doctor, the family, and the truth itself. Expect shouting, expect accusation, and yes, possibly even a slap or dramatic exit. A quiet but powerful ending, a character standing alone looking at the ocean, a symbol used often in Marodi TV. The storm has arrived and no one knows what comes next. Episode 49 is not just another episode, it's a breaking point for Suleiman, for Mariam, for Alpha, and for every secret that has been buried until now. Because once the truth comes out, there is no going back, there is no hiding, there is no escape. So the real question is, who will survive the consequences? Who will be destroyed by them? So the real question is, who will survive the consequences and who will be destroyed by them? Because this story is just getting started. Keep watching Marodi TV for full episodes and make sure you have subscribed to our channel Episode Valley and like the video. See you in the next video. Till that, goodbye.